Update 1.57 for Euro Truck Simulator 2 has officially been released, so let me take you through everything that's new. First of all, the Scandinavia Refresh. So a full refresh of the region with updated textures, vegetation and road assets alongside new rest stops and fuel stations. A major overhaul of the road network as well, so it has custom designed junctions replacing the yard prefabs, notably around Denmark's motorways and Sweden's busy e-corridors. There's new map additions, including the brand new cities of Aarhus in Denmark and Karlstad in Sweden, along with a completely rebuilt Copenhagen featuring modern infrastructure and landmark recreations to enrich the network and scenery. This update is also intended to ensure that when players cross through the Scandinavia region en route to the upcoming Nordic Horizons expansion, the visual and structural transition feels seamless and up to date. Next is the dynamic cargo loading and unloading. This was originally introduced in American Truck Simulator, and this feature will now appear in selected custom and prefab depots across ETS2, starting with locations in the Nordic Horizons DLC and expanding to suitable depots throughout the base map, other map DLCs, and even a custom shipyard in Athens, Greece. For the initial rollout, logging trailers will be the first to benefit from this feature. Bear in mind this means player-owned logging trailers, and players hauling logs, large tubes, or iron pipes will see material handlers or crawler excavators dynamically loading and unloading their cargo. And what you do is you simply position your trailer in the designated area and the process will start automatically. And that area, I think, will be a sort of yellowy amber color instead of the sort of grey white or the green that we're sort of used to. And then once loading is complete, your GPS will automatically update with your destination. And when you arrive at the depot, you simply select the "Where do you need it" option and head to the unloading point where your trailer will be emptied. Now, in the case that some of you might have selected in the gameplay settings random for your location where you need to drop off instead of stopping and selecting, from my experience during the open beta, it works as in it automatically selects where do you need it anyway, so it should work just fine if you have the random selected like I do. As for locations, these can range from sawmills and construction sites to steelworks and material stores, and there are plans to expand dynamic loading and unloading to more cargo types and locations in future updates, but at the moment, what I've talked about is what we're getting at the moment. Now, this isn't very specific at the moment. When I was playing in the open beta, there was a lot of trial and error. From what I could gather, I tried a lot in Scandinavia because obviously the Scandinavian Refresh, and I couldn't really find one that actually worked. What I did find was it working in Estonia, and I'll put on screen a screenshot of exactly where with the two suppliers of where it will actually work if you're interested in trying it out for definite. And of course, if you know more and locations, by all means put them in the comments below, but it would have been really helpful for SES for them to actually say exactly which brand names in the world actually do take the dynamic loading and unloading, but it's something we're just going to have to figure out by ourselves. Next is this Scania R and S overhaul with the Super and V8 engines. For those that want to actually hear the engines and all the sounds for the Super and the V8, I will put a comparison at the end of the video. So the new Super engines have the 420, 460, 500 and 560 horsepower, and the V8 have the 590, 660 and 770 horsepower. They're also introducing the OptiCruise G25, G33 and G38 CM and CMR transmissions. For interior, there's a new Smart Dash and Smart Dash Advanced interiors available in dark, light and V8 variants. And with playing around with this, you can actually assign a key to change between the different views. It's not got a key by default, you'll have to assign one, but it rotates between 3 states, the map, which does include a waypoint, so if you do want to hide the UI by pressing F3 a couple of times and just going with the new Smart Dash, you absolutely can do, because the waypoint will update. The second state is just the time, the digital time, and then an off state. So it's just like pressing I on your dashboard display, basically. and I'd really like to see what modders are going to do with this, because I have a feeling it's going to be extra functionality that modders are going to have some time to play with. Whether SES will actually get us to customize what's on these screens, I doubt it. Modders are 100% going to get there first, but we can dream. As for the outside, there are new customization options such as the super badges and grille emblems. There's a sensor equipped fenders as well, so this sort of does the beeping sound similar to the Blindspot mirrors work, so it will do that sort of beeping to the side if you get too close, if you're turning in or if you're indicating. I'll put in a clip now of me testing it near a junction, doing all those three things. They're also adding special cabin badges for those who own the Mighty Griffin tuning pack as well. There's also going to be official Scania Super and 770 paint jobs for both trucks and trailers. For trailers, it's just the standard trailers. None of the DLC trailers have these, just the standard ones that you can buy. And they've also included the options to add separated rear lights, front fenders with sensors, and removable rear fender tops. Special Transport DLC has also had an update, so there's two new jobs that's been added. First is the wind turbine blade. This is a 30-meter long hauled on a 4-axle steerable trailer. The trailer itself is weighing 20,820 kilograms, and the blade is another 5,500 kilograms. And you'll find this contract available from Rostock to Berlin in Germany. And for those exploring the upcoming Nordic Horizons DLC, it will be from Jyväskylä to Vaasa. The second job is the underground loader. This is designed for mining and is carried on a 6-axle low loader trailer. And the trailer itself weighs 35,000 kilograms and stretches 25 meters long. And it is 54,500 kilograms and 72,000 kilograms when loaded. And this has routes available from Dortmund to Hanover and Narvik to Krone in Nordic Horizons. Next, for the Krone Trailer Pack DLC update, this introduces city versions of existing Krone trailers designed with steerable axes for improved maneuverability in tight urban environments. So there's the Profi Liner City, there's the Cool Liner City, there's the Dry Liner City, and there's the Profi Liner HC. They've also reworked players' company logos and paint jobs, so there's a new set of logos to choose from when creating or updating your profile. The classic designs were modernized to give every company a fresh but familiar look, and this also adds new customization options for paint jobs. You can now choose your own colors using the RGB picker or select from the preset combinations. They've also added HDR support, which is high dynamic range, and for those that don't know, HDR is a feature that enhances image quality, allowing players with HDR compatible monitors or TVs to experience richer colors and improved contrast. Alongside HDR, they are also updating the brightness setup to give players more control over visual settings. This will include a dedicated setup screen where you can preview your brightness adjustments on actual in-game images, as well as an HDR calibration feature which lets you fine-tune the HDR effect using a simple slider. And for players using HDR compatible displays, the feature will be automatically enabled in the game, ensuring you get the best possible visual experience from the moment you start playing. And finally, some cursor navigation enhancements. So the cursor speed is now consistent across all screen resolutions, and the overall speed and control precision have been slightly increased when using a controller, making navigation smoother and more responsive. And that is everything in 1.57, and as promised, I am going to finish off and leave you with a bit of a sound comparison, the engines and all that kind of thing, with the new Scania Super engine and the new V8 engine. And if you did find this video helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you'd subscribe for more. So without further ado, I'll let you enjoy the sounds of the new Super and V8 Scania engines.